This is gonna be a different type of video. This isn't gonna be like all the other videos. This one's gonna be kind of more raw. I'm gonna have less cuts in here. However, I'm just gonna give as much genuine value as I can, especially from what I've learned from working with realtors and brokers and running ads for them, doing paid marketing, and just trying to get them out there, right? For the past two to 2.5 years. And I'm literally just gonna give away a bunch of sauce, um, and what I've learned so far, and like you probably saw in the title, how to kind of get you out of that income roller coaster, as I call it. Because there's some months when, I've heard this, and it is true. Most realtors, especially when they're newer and they just got their license, it might take 2 years until they get their first deal. It's all dependent, right, on the market, like your area and whatnot, your experience, your network, and all that. Different opportunities come at different times as well. Everybody's story is different, but you know what I do, what I help realtors kind of get out of is that income roller coaster. I want to get them a steady. I want them to have predictable amounts of deals per year, um, and that's also listings and clients and all that as well. And I don't do lead gen. Here's the thing: I do ads, but I don't do lead gen. Yes, I generate leads, I guess, because I mean you kind of have to when you're running ads. That's basically what it is, but I'm not mainly focused on actual lead gen, and I'll show you how. Kind of like what my system does, how I help realtors get out of this, and it's really simple. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. And like I said, this is gonna be more of a raw video, not too many cuts, kind of more of a sit down chat kind of video, right? Kind of get a little bit more deep, more personal. I mean, there's typically patterns that I see when it comes to the income roller coaster. And, these are all part of the formula, right? And some of them are more kind of like in your face. You already know this. Maybe you already know all of them, but it kind of just has to be stuffed in your face so you can finally make a change, right? And some you might have not even heard of yet. So, or you might not even thought, oh, that might not even be a problem, but it's probably one of your main bottlenecks that you haven't even found out yet. So, there's pretty much five that are so evident and it's so blatant that a lot of people miss it. But one of them is also obviously most importantly follow up. Follow up is super important, but follow up is insanely important. I don't know if you know this, and you probably hate following up, but 60% of leads go cold without fast response. So competitors can ultimately beat you to the client, and you almost feel like you're begging and you're desperate, right? Also, inconsistent lead flow. You're relying on just word of mouth and referrals that may never come, and some of them might not even be fully aligned with you. Stuff happens, life happens, and it's just like mm, when you're doing, especially word of mouth. Some people thrive off of that, but like it's hard to see like obviously consistent deals with referrals, right? Some people do it. Some people are just likable people and they meet other people. But at one point, if you're trying to scale, if you're at least trying to scale and you're trying to grow your income rapidly, um, or double the amount of deals you did last year, this year, or years to date, I mean, it's gonna take a little bit more than just word of mouth, right? And also, if you are paying for leads, you're most likely paying for leads that just don't convert. Like I said, they're not qualified. They're not going to be qualified. You don't have a good qualification system. You might not even qualify them really beforehand, before actually getting meeting with them and whatnot. And you're constantly starting each month from zero. So you're always kind of, maybe you finally think that you have a breakthrough month. And then next month, it's kind of just like, yeah, it's basically you're back at square one. Market, the market, obviously this one obviously like this one there's a little bit of slack that I cut, obviously, because the market is like it's just the economy. You can't really change that, right? However, it is not something that you should only blame for destroying your business, not being able to get any business. You can blame the market, you can blame prices, you can blame the world, but at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, if you're gonna have to problem solve, you're gonna have to find ways to get around the market. And I know it might sound hard, it might sound impossible, but with the right targeting and with the right, um, I say, positioning, you can always get around it. You can reach those people that can afford it, right? Another big one, weak branding. I see this all the time. You need to, especially in 2025, you need to be posting on Instagram and Facebook. If you're not, you're already 10 times behind. You're already like the thing is you need to become that authority in your city and in your market, wherever it may be. That way, and I know it's hard because there's gonna be some realtors in your area that might be killers, right? And they might be in the tens of the thousands. But if you can at least put in that extra effort every day, pick up your phone, press record, do something, right? Do anything. Maybe even if it's not the house, maybe you do some tips, right? Or try to position yourself, try to make yourself unique somehow, dude. Try to help other realtors. Do something, right? When you're just waiting around, waiting for stuff to come to you, or you're just kind of just learning, you got to take action. You have to do something. So if you can pick up the phone, press record, do something, talk to the camera, you build that personal brand, it's gonna literally people are gonna choose you, when obviously they're gonna try to buy a house or sell a house because it's a no-brainer. They know you, they're more comfortable with you, they start seeing your content, and they like you. Once you become likable, you know how easy it is to close a deal, right? That's all you do. Um, so like I said, it's hard to stand out in a crowded market when you don't have a brand, a personal brand. You need a personal brand. You need a personal brand. Need a personal brand. And then burnout and long hours. So you're working these nights, the weekends, no predictability. You're always on the call, but you're still missing those deals. And you're always chasing. You're not attracting. You're chasing, you're not attracting. And it's not going your way for a reason, right? And you're wondering, like, how are these other agents that are so successful in my area? It's like I'm working harder than them, but yet they're still producing more than me, right? Um, they have more output. I'm putting in more input, but they're putting out more output. You know what I mean? And the thing is, they have the right systems in place. That's all it is. They don't chase people around. They have back end systems that chase for them. I guess if you want to say chase, right? Acquire them for them. And I'll show you kind of how that works here in a bit. But let's get a little more personal. So this is kind of what it's like. You get that one deal, right? You get that deal right here around here, and you feel like everything is, your life is set. Maybe this is your big breakthrough. Um, then comes the next month, and it's just back to regular, right? It's back to square one, as I say. So for unpredictable income, you have one good month, then nothing. Stress and burnout. You never know where the next deal is. It's like a feast or famine type of deal, right? Long nights and weekends, chasing leads, and there's a bunch of pressure, right? And I'm gonna get that into that a little bit more into that here in a bit. Also, lost opportunities, ghosting clients, competitions that are gonna snag the deals before you, and missed calls equal missed commissions. Because there's gonna be times when you're gonna be with clients, you're gonna be spending time with other people, your family, and you're just not gonna have time to pick up the phone all the time. Trust me. So just trying to get a little, I'm trying to connect with you here a little bit. So how much longer can you keep living month to month, never knowing if the next deal is coming? Like, be honest with yourself. How many more nights can you work yourself into the ground while your family watches you burn out? The whole point is for me to connect with you, right? Because I genuinely am trying to help as many realtors as I can. How many times will you question if this career was even the right choice with you? That's an internal thought. Just think about it real quick though. And it feels like there's no way off the ride, there's no way off the income roller coaster, and you're trapped in this cycle forever. But what if there was a way out? What if there was a way to take control finally? Not just of your income, but of your business, your freedom, your life, whatever it may be. If you have kids, if you have a husband, a wife, you know what I mean? And here's the thing, you didn't get into real estate to feel like literally on a hamster wheel endlessly in this cycle, right? Like a rat race. And you got into it because you wanted freedom and control of your income. That's what we all want. Um, and it feels as I know I'm saying it like it's super easy, right? And I could do it. Thing is, it's easier said than done. However, you know, all it really takes is just taking action, being committed. And I've seen it before, and I've helped realtors get to this level. So I know what I'm talking about at the same time. I'm not a realtor myself, but I help realtors. And, you know, so remember that version of you who pictured being the realtor everyone in your city knew. You're confident, consistent, respected. That version is still there, I promise. It's just buried under all this chaos. And it's not your fault. The industry set you up to fail, almost literally. I mean, they're selling you names and emails like these lead gen companies, leads, cold calls, referrals. Um, but you need these systems in place, I promise. So what if you could finally wake up knowing exactly where your next 10 to 15 appointments are? Like exactly coming from. You know the source, you know that it's predictable, you can actually rely on not just a lead gen company, but a growth partner, right? Growth systems. Um, no panic, no scrambling, but just steady, predictable growth. You can finally relax, you can finally kick back with your kids and know that life is gonna be good. Who doesn't want that? So this isn't hype. This is exactly what the top producers are already doing behind the scenes. And now you finally have access to the same system. Maybe this might be your big breakthrough finally. I know talk is cheap, but I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So now imagine instead of waking up stressed, sorry, you can't see. Imagine instead of waking up stressed, you wake up knowing exactly where your next 10 to 15 appointments are coming from. You're running these laser targeted ads that are bringing you high intent buyers and sellers. No more chasing referrals or wasting money on cold leads. AI callers and instant follow up is going to instantly qualify those leads, nurture them, and book them onto appointments on your calendar automatically. And you're never going to have any missed opportunities ever again. You're going to have a nurture and retargeting system that's going to keep every prospect warm until they're ready to close, turning a maybe later or not right now into let's list this now, let's go. Also, an organic growth machine. Organic content is so underrated. I always preach this. And it's going to build your authority online so clients start coming to you instead of you having to chase them. And just imagine you have at the power of your palm, you have access to AI experts who are going to keep you ahead of the curve with the newest technology, newest cutting edge tech, while your competition falls behind. So, seen this countless amount of times. That's exactly why I built out the AI growth system for realtors. The complete, I say complete because it's literally everything you'd ever need to succeed in real estate as an agent or a broker, no matter what. Basically, what that is revolves around three main pillars: lead gen, appointment setting, and organic growth. All you need, all you need. Marketing and sales. Without marketing and sales, you're not in real estate, right? So you can't have any of these without the other. They're all vital in each other's success, right? They play hand in hand. So with the lead gen, I'm gonna make this as simple as possible. All you're gonna do is you're gonna run these ads. Facebook works great, Google works great, and you're gonna target by either zip codes, income, intent, all that stuff. Then obviously you're gonna create these scroll stopping ad creatives and hooks, making sure people can actually watch throughout the whole video. Obviously, you want to grab their attention, grab them by the throat, and get them to watch your entire video. Make sure you have a clear call to action so that can actually fill out a form, and then we can from there we'll qualify them and see how serious they really are. Then we'll do something called retargeting, meaning that basically those that we're gonna kind of to simplify it, somebody watches your ad, they're interested, they like it, they fill out the form, and they show interest, right? Essentially, we want to target the same exact people, same demographic, same area. That way, we're more than likely going to find other people that really like it since they're kind of the same. It's a look-alike, right? And that's going to lead to lower cost per deals, right? Now, after we generate those leads, right? That's why I say I'm not only a lead gen system or a lead gen company, because yes, we're going to get you those leads. However, as soon as those leads come in, we're gonna set those appointments. If anything, we're an appointment setting company, not a lead gen company. We're gonna build you out an AI caller. You can do this yourself as well. Using Vappy AI, Retail, Synflow, any of those, they all can connect to go. They all can connect to go high level. Um, and we're going to build you out an AI caller and also some follow up and nurturing automations, meaning that once someone shows interest and they give you their email and phone number, we can get them onto a list and constantly warm them up with your newest content, your newest offers, your newest houses. That way they're always up to date. And it's going to respond to new leads in 60 seconds or less. Literally, this stuff is fast and it's crazy. It's going to qualify by budget, timeline, and intent. SMS plus email nurtures until they're ready to buy, ready to make that decision, and you're never going to miss opportunities. So put a money back there for a reason. You can't miss opportunities, especially in real estate. And now, this one is slept on organic growth. Make sure you're always posting reels and shorts on market tips and wins. It's going to build your authority. People are going to want to go to you when they're ready to buy and make that big decision or sell. Also, make sure you're active in Facebook groups and LinkedIn because, like I said, your network is your net worth. So always make sure that you're active on these types of apps and platforms, getting yourself out there in any way. Post every single testimonial and closed deal that you get. And then also, at least once a week, post on YouTube. I know it's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to know what to say. Maybe you don't like being in front of a camera. But at one point, you're going to have to get over your fears if you really want to become a top dog in your market. So, the system isn't just about getting more leads like many of these other marketing companies are. It's about transforming your entire life as a realtor. From chasing every deal to finally having predictable income and control. Predictable is the key word right here. So, before, what you're doing before, you're chasing leads. Let's make this purple. That makes no sense. So, you're chasing leads, inconsistent income. Everything you're doing is manual, and you're stressed out. Trust me, you're stressed out. However, after you implement this whole system right here, I'm giving you away a bunch of sauce. This is the exact system that the top dogs in your market are using. Trust me, okay? Um, Best kept secret right here. You're gonna close deals. You're gonna get that steady income, automated nurturing, and a peace of mind. You could be at the beach, and you'll be getting all these high quality leads, right? High quality appointments set while you can literally rest, right? It's crazy. So that's the system. It's super simple, and don't take this value lightly. I would not want you to get the perfect system, the perfect opportunity, and you not implement it. Because not only are you not implementing a beautiful system that's gonna get you in all these new deals and opportunities, but you're also missing out on the AI train. So, um, yeah, I mean, don't take this lightly. And if you don't want to build this out yourself and go through the hassle of having to find developers and find, people that can run paid ads for you, just let me do it. Literally just checking the link of this description. You can actually inquire and fill out a little form, book a call with me and my team, an AI implementation call. From there, I'll just kind of see where you're at right now, get to know you a little bit more, see where you're at in your business right now. And if I feel like I can help you get to where you want to be, especially with the system, then I'll be upfront. But also, if I feel like I can't help you, I'll also be insanely upfront about that as well and honest, right? I don't like um, kind of forcing the system onto everybody, right? Because everybody has a different path, everybody has a different circumstances, right? Um, but if I see that we're a right fit, then I won't hold back, right? I want to get you to where you want to be. I want to help you crush your goals. So, sounds good? Let me know. But hope you have a great rest of your day. And yeah, check the link in the description. If you have any questions about the system, let me know as well. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.